Welcome back to another El Paso Giving Day update. I don't know about you folks, but I am having a lot of fun today. This is really exciting to watch. We've got a guest that we want to bring on and some stories that we want to share again for this second update today during this El Paso Giving Day again, which is an opportunity for to see the amazing work that nonprofits are doing around the borderland area from Las Cruces through El Paso, southern New Mexico, West Texas, and to really highlight that work. And it's our opportunity to make sure that the sanctity of life has that prominent awareness, that everybody realizes this is what is the borderland is seen as the most prominent issue that is most critical, the most in need of our support. So quick update on all of that before we get into it. So since we last spoke just at 10:30, we've already seen a big jump up to 90 donations towards our goal. And so you can go to elpasogivingday.org and you can search for the Southwest Coalition for Life and find all of our updates here and all kinds of information too. If you want to spread the word, that is the link that is best to share. And then if we go back and look, let me hit update real quick on this. So overall, we are in the number 5 position, and these other 4 that are ahead of us are big organizations, and so we're in the medium-sized category. So if we look at it broken down by size category, then you can see that the Southwest Coalition for Life is the top leading medium-sized organization by almost double. And then if you look overall, that's where, if at all possible, God willing, we're going to bump this up to put the sanctity of human life in the top 3, top 2, top 1 position for the borderland of the most important issues for charitable causes. So, and then this is something that's fun too. So, like I said, the Paso del Norte Community Foundation has lots of incentives and bonuses and things like that. And one of the things is that we've already got extra bonuses for getting the first donation for our size category, as well as the early giving champions, because we came into midnight this morning already leading our category, and really it was the top across all 212 nonprofits at that time, with the highest number of donors and donations coming into the day. That was really exciting. So now, like I said, we're down to 5. But we still have 12 hours to go until midnight tonight. So the day is only halfway done. And we still also have some matching funds available. So Walmart had some matching funds available only between the hours of 8:30 and 11:30. So that time period is passed. They were only allowing a maximum of $2,000 per organization. And we actually got really close to that. We got $1,190 from Walmart. So thank you for all those who donated during that time window. And we still have a little under $2,000 remaining of our private matching fund. So if you give a gift of any size before midnight tonight, that will be instantly doubled up to $10,000. So again, we're going to keep an eye on this in real time as we go. Remember, a gift of even $10 is going to help. If you happen to live in another state too, there's bonus prizes for those who get the largest number of donations from multiple states. So spread the word to your friends that are afar. First, I want to bring in a special guest who some of you know from some of the stories that we've put out in months past from our attorney from Abortion on Trial, and that is Mr. Mike Seibel. So thank you for joining me from Albuquerque, Mike.
Oh, thank you for having me. We've been so busy up here. I'll tell you, we are winning so much so that we are actually giving for this giving day from Abortion on Trial to the Southwest Coalition for Life. Things are just rocking up here. I've been in court all week. I'm kind of taking a day off, sitting outside and enjoying myself. But I mean, it is a exciting here in the borderland and in Albuquerque. Everything's just, it is one big push for life in this state that I've never seen before.
Yeah. There's a lot of people, because this is this, opportunity for awareness to be drawn to all the different causes and nonprofits. There's a lot of people who, may not really know what to think, pro-life, pro-choice. It's just been one of those issues they've been avoiding. It's just, uncomfortable. And this may be an opportunity for some folks to kind of learn that this isn't the issue they thought it was. This is something that we were really here trying to help women. We connect women to free medical care. Most women we found just feel like they have no choice. It's not really this empowering thing versus pro-life or pro-choice. It's just women who feel like they have no option. And one of the things that we've found is not only connecting with women with medical care, but legal support. And why is that so essential?
Well, it's so essential because the abortion industry is a very coercive and high pressure industry on these women, and they get hurt. They get hurt both financially, emotionally. Well, three things: financially, emotionally, and physically. And we've had this experience down here. Your connection to legal help is provided not only justice but peace of mind for these women, whether they go through the abortion or not. We are able to help them, and we're able to keep them financially strong, emotionally strong, and sometimes even physically strong, based on what you can do. And in referring them to our legal network, you are an integral part of the entire process in choosing life and choosing healing sometimes afterwards.
Well, one of those cases was a little over a year ago, and was just a really unbelievable story that still a year later, I just can't wrap my head around. And I've got a quick video showing the incident that took place, and maybe we can unpack that a little bit once it's played. So let me pull that up if you're okay with that. Hold on. Here we go.
Baby. Who stole your baby?
I had a surgical abortion, but it didn't work. And I'm in so much pain. They won't give me no answers, and then they call the cops. No, I got no answers.
Okay, what did our viewers just see? What was going on?
Well, what had happened is Jane Doe in that video had been in for a medical abortion. That didn't work, so she went back for a surgical abortion. And about 2 weeks later, she became sick, and all of a sudden, she gave birth to the baby in her hand at home. And she got so upset, she wanted some answers, and she wanted to go down to the abortion clinic and talk to the abortion doctor. And the abortion doctor conveniently left before they got there, ran away, hid, and she was left to deal with the nurses. She went in. She wanted her healthcare records. She couldn't get them. They said, "We can't give you your healthcare records." She then showed them the baby. They took the baby and they discussed things for a little bit. And after a while, she became frustrated with the staff there and said, "I want my baby back." And the staff said, "No, this is mine." And she got extremely irate, as I would, or I would
Understandably
expect.
so.
Oops, sorry, as I would or other people would in this situation. And when she got that irate, I'm going to move a little bit because we got a huge truck out here. But the police officer arrested her for disturbing the peace. Abortion on Trial came in. We defended her. When we defended her in this situation, what ended up happening is I got it dismissed. They attempted, the abortion industry attempted sanctions against me for using this as a political purpose, which were all denied. The case was dismissed, and now we are about to pursue a medical malpractice action. And that medical malpractice action, we're putting the final touches on it, and we're going to bring that on behalf of the woman in this situation. But that's not the only thing that's happened out there on the sidewalk. We've had everything from getting refunds for these women, to getting the security guard filed, to filing OSHA complaints, to filing a medical board complaints. And Mark, it's my understanding that El Paso is essentially surgical abortion free right now.
Hey, isn't that amazing? Yes, that's correct. The only other abortion location no longer currently does not have an active abortion license, and then so that just leaves the facility in Santa Teresa, between Albuquerque, I think, to San Antonio, which I'm not even sure with the heartbeat law how active they are. And so that's why it's been amazing to continue working with Albuquerque, because we've seen more and more Texas women feeling like they have no option than to get up there. So our goal is to help them and reach them before they feel like they're in that position and have no choice. Which, we're talking about no choice. Here's a woman who, we're here to offering help, support, compassion, love, resources, no matter the case. I mean, even if a woman does choose abortion, like, we're there for her. We offer her support that the abortion industry doesn't, and hope and healing, and a network of women who have gone through that, so that they're not going through those pains and feelings alone. And yet here's a woman who goes through, has this traumatic experience, and they're always trying to claim that and make up this story that, you know, we're against women and want to throw them in jail. But, you know, you point out the only time I've ever seen a woman being arrested for an abortion is by the abortionist himself calling the police. It's just outrageous.
So I looked through New Mexico history to see if there was anybody else who was arrested for having an abortion. I can't find one on the record, at least back to 1969. The only people that are arresting women for abortions are the abortionists themselves.
That's just unbelievable. And then even like you mentioned briefly, the security guard, here is an abortion worker harassing women, who is sexually harassing women, and to the point where he lost his position there. He lost his job because it was intolerable.
Yes, you know, he was making videos, lewd videos, racist videos, and harassing not only women but just you know, people of color. You know, they always cite that they're protecting people of color. He was harassing people of color out on the sidewalk, and we intervened at Abortion on Trial, and with your cooperation and working together, we got him fired from, well, at least transferred from that position.
And then even things you had mentioned, refunds. We just spoke with the mom who is expecting her baby in a few weeks, and she had actually driven from Midland and then chose life. She paid for the abortion, but then ended up changing her mind. And it wasn't about, oh, we're here to help you. It wasn't about, you know, oh, whatever you choose. It was, nope, sorry, you're not getting your money back. And so that's another opportunity where you were able to help out and empower that woman with knowing her rights, and she was able to get her full refund for the choice that she wanted to make.
That's right. So she actually had true choice, is what I call it. She wasn't going to feel pressured that she'd lose $1,000 if she chose not to go through the abortion. And it shows you how much they really care about women when they want to make a choice that is healthy, that is good, that promotes their health, self-esteem. They just need their money.
Right.
So, I mean, it's so imperative that we have this dialogue between the attorneys and Southwest Coalition for Life, so that we can truly help women in any way we possibly can.
I love it. Well, I know you've got some big things on the horizon. How can people follow and subscribe and see your big updates as they come out?
So you can go to abortionontrial.org, or you can go to Abortion on Trial on Facebook, or on TikTok. I'll tell you that video that you just played, 135,000 views on TikTok alone. We have gotten clients from all over the country because of that video, with women suffering the same situation. If you go to our site lately, you'll find out Abortion on Trial is not only you know, taking on people here locally, but we just filed a big tort claim notice act for a study where they were not telling women about essentially an abortion pill study between UCSF and one of the local providers out here. So we're going to have some exciting things, not only against the abortionists, but all the industries that surround and help these abortionists as well. I want you to keep updated on Southwest Coalition for Life, because we'll break your stuff through probably you guys down there first. And you'll be a great source for that. And you guys know what's on the horizon down there. So, I mean, you know, it's exciting times. This is an extremely exciting time. Abortion on Trial is taking on the illegal industry, the legal side of the abortion industry, and you guys are drying up the people actually going into the clinics. We're going to close some clinics in the state pretty quick. This collaboration has been one of the most fun and challenging things all at the same time.
Right. Well, Mike, you're amazing. Thank you for all your help. It's been absolutely game changing, and we'll be hearing more from you soon, hopefully.
And tell every one of your people who are watching out there, go out and donate. I mean, even if it's $10, that $10 goes a long way to providing legal support, medical support, and, you know, helping people choose life. So please get out and donate today. It will go to a good cause, and it will help women emotionally, physically, and financially.
Amen. All right. God bless you, Mike. Thanks again for your time.
God bless you.
All right, folks. So there again, you have it. I mean, this is something that not a lot of folks realize coming into this, is that For example, the author of the Equal Rights Amendment, Alice Paul, who was one of the first feminists, she called abortion the ultimate exploitation of women. And that's exactly what you just heard. The narrative is that it's all about choice and empowerment, but the reality is much different, is that this is something that is not, that women are not, they feel like they have no choice. It's not empowering, and it's exploiting them for profit. There's a reason why we're out there offering everything that we do through the generous support and prayers of you and the community completely for free, because we want to help, we want to love, we want to empower. The abortion industry doesn't offer that for free. They're charging, they're billing it for, to insurance, to Medicaid. They're getting as much money as they possibly can out of this, from women exploiting their crisis. And so that being said, let's get just one quick update, and then we'll bring on a little bit more to share some more stories. So let's look and see where the numbers currently are at. Let's see. So I'll go back over here. So let me refresh this page. We've had another donor in the last few minutes since we've been talking. So thank you. It looks like Deacon Ed. I believe that's Deacon Ed from Las Cruces, New Mexico. So thank you for your support. I am just so encouraged and inspired by that united regional effort of people coming in from uniting across state lines, across denominational lines, across partisan lines, realizing that we need to do more to help women. That this is not just some political issue. This is not something, to just go out and protest. This is something where we really need to act with love, compassion, and action to serve women who feel like they have no other option. So let's take a look at some of these leaderboards. So looks like we're still currently in that number 5 spot. And it looks like the number 6 spot is actually coming up pretty close. So make sure you share that link. We've got 12 hours left in the day to solidify and bump us up in this overall list. Although it does look like we're still pretty strong in our category of the medium-sized organizations, with almost twice the support right now coming in. So that is absolutely amazing. And we do still have, let me make sure we do still have some of our matching funds available. It looks like there's still at least about $1,400 or so of matching funds from our anonymous donor, who's matching all donations up to $10,000 to midnight tonight. So, and again, even $10 during this hour, the 12 o'clock hour, is one of what they call the power hours. And so any organization that gets the most donations during this hour from 12 to 1 p.m. Will be getting a bonus $1,000 incentive from the Paso del Norte Community Foundation. So if you have not already given, this is the time to do it during this hour. And that being said, I'm now going to pull on our Director of Operations, Miss Jessica Cifuentes. How are you doing, Jessica?
I'm doing well, Mark. Thank God. How are you doing?
Very good, very good. So thank you for joining us. We just had a big trip recently, a couple trips recently, but this is something that I've said, it's an issue that goes past, state lines, past denominational lines, partisan lines, and even national lines. We had a client from Juarez recently when we went down for a couple different reasons. And what was that trip all about?
Well, actually, I'd like to add a little bit to what Mike was saying right now. That client that was refunded her money, she was very fortunate because she was actually given back the money that she had paid for the abortion. And it wasn't so much that she wanted the money back. She just did not want to know that the money that she had paid for to terminate the life of her child was still out there. So basically, It was, I want the money back for the hit that I put on my own child. Yeah. I mean, the reality is, she's, in her words, I paid somebody to kill my child, and that person still has my money. So for that reason, it was, very important for her to get her money back, and not, but not everyone's that fortunate. So the client that we actually went to go visit in Juarez the other day, she was a client that was not given her money back. She explained her situation. She let them know that she was not able to afford the abortion, that she had taken out a loan, and she begged and pleaded with them because she decided that she wanted to keep her baby. And that was after we had already referred her over to Guiding Star. She had an ultrasound. She came back, still felt that she could not handle the pregnancy. And that's when she went ahead and paid. So she had already visited the abortion clinic twice. She paid on her second visit. But she let them know that she had taken out a loan and that if they could just please show some compassion for her because she wanted to keep her baby. pleading and begging did not help. They would not give her back her money. And that's when I gave you a phone call, and you made a couple of calls, and we were able to get that money back to her. And she was in the same situation. She cried many, many times and told me, I just don't want him to have the money that I borrowed to pay for the termination of my baby's life. So when people make donations, and all the money that we're able to gather really does go a long way. One of the funds that you may not have mentioned, Mark, is that we try really hard on getting those women back the money that they paid when the abortion clinics failed to show compassion to them and refund them their money. And this client was extremely grateful. I mean, she really emphasized just how she doesn't know anybody who would ever have said, I know that you want your money back, for the significance behind it. And that's when you stepped in. And I don't know if you remember that or not, Mark, but you were very adamant that we would get her money back. And working with her, and when the baby was born, we definitely refunded that money. And she said, I feel, obviously terrible for what she had chosen to do, but somehow she had a little bit of peace knowing that the doctor didn't have that money anymore, because we had given it back to her. So,
well, I don't remember the part that it had been a loan that she had taken out in order to pay for the abortion. I remember that she wanted her money back. She didn't want him to have it, but I had completely forgotten that part of it. And I mean, just how crazy too that you're that desperate that you have to take out a loan. And that's the thing. Again, abortion is not helping women. It's exploiting these situations. And women are just, sometimes indebting themselves and getting themselves into even a worse crisis, a financial crisis, than they would have been in, just because, someone is saying this is the easy way out and not telling them the grief and everything that they're setting up for. So I completely forgot about that part of it. But I do remember that because she had to drive all the way from Midland, she'd already had to stay one night at a hotel and couldn't afford a second night. And that seemed to be the reason they were actually telling her that, well, if you want your refund, then you can't get it today. You're going to have to come back tomorrow. Because they knew she couldn't stay another night. She was going to have to drive back. And that's where we were able to put her up in a hotel overnight and get her in touch with Mike and, empower her with what she knew exactly what to say, exactly what her rights were, to then charge in there the next morning and get every penny back. And not only was this getting her money, her rightful money back, so she didn't have to stay in debt with that loan, but that's taking that money back out of the pocket of the abortion facility and this for-profit abortion corporation that, they're just in it for the money. And every dollar that doesn't go to keeping those doors open is $1 closer to them seeing them close. And we've seen that time and time again with already now, abortion ending at 4 local locations in over 4 years, 3 of them closing permanently, 1 no longer doing abortions. And so this is just the last place. And so every little bit helps, every way that we can possibly help a woman. So thank you for pointing that out again, Jessica.
Yeah, thank you. And also, I mean, I got really excited. You mentioned the regional effort from, people from Las Cruces, Deacon Ed, you said, right? From Las Cruces?
Yes.
So we're super excited because now we're actually working with our brothers and sisters across the board in Juarez. So I don't know if you shared a little bit about that, but we were very fortunate to go out and meet some of the 40 Days for Life coordinators that are actually running the campaign over there. And they are bringing their people out to pray in front of the hospital where there have been known to have some abortions for women that, I don't know if this is like well known for the city itself, but there are, and maybe it may not be, but they go out and they pray in front of the hospital, and they have their 40 Days for Life signs that we were able to share with them. So just a big thank you from Father Silva, and I believe Vicky wanted to say thank you so much for the support, and that they look forward to uniting their efforts with us once the bridges are open again, so that we can come out and pray together in front of the abortion clinics.
I've been so excited. I've been wanting to, to see more unity even across the national line, not just across New Mexico and Texas, but really see that border, that true tri-state borderplex region united on for life. And this has been amazing that they're now doing 40 Days for Life. As I understand it, abortion in Juarez is only legal in cases of rape, and they're done at a hospital, and it's very difficult to know if which women are going in and who feel like they have no other option than that. And And I mean, that's a tough one, because, you know, that's a situation where we, you know, it's so traumatic for this poor woman who's been through one horrible trauma, violent experience. And we're now telling her that the only option left is to add another traumatic, violent experience on top of that. And it compounds the crisis and the trauma. And we've known, you and I personally have talked to not only you know, women who have chosen to give birth following that horrible traumatic experience, but said that brought them healing and peace from it. But then also the children themselves who were conceived in that way, that really unfortunate way. But you know, they then have survived and gone on to say, you know, really, if anybody in that situation deserved the death penalty, it was the horrible scumbag of a father. You know, not me, not the baby who had no say in the matter. And so here they are in Juarez, where that's the situation that they're up against, is to go out and offer you know, women hope and support in such an emotionally difficult situation. So we really need to pray for them. And it's just they're so brave going out to the sidewalk there in Juarez to pray. And we're really looking forward to continuing to beef up our pro-life unity across state line. Real quick, before we go on to some other stories, I just want to give a quick update on let me add this in. So we've had another donation come in just in the time that we've been talking, and I just want to remind people that go to elpasogivingday.org, and you can see everything there, including we're updating this with our live updates throughout the day, and so you can find the latest live videos there at any point and what time they're scheduled next, and then you can help us make sure to hit our goals. And I just saw too that right now to the 12 o'clock is one of those power hours. And we're looks like everything is holding fairly consistently right now, with us at number 5 overall, number 1 in the medium category. So continue to spread the word. And there are still, as I said earlier, there are still matching funds available. A little over almost $1,500 in matching funds still available and unclaimed for the coalition. And if we hit that, if we get those full matching funds, then that also puts us in the running for the additional matching fund prizes from Paso del Norte Community Foundation, up to $3,000 as a bonus. So again, share that link. But that being said, Jessica, one of the things that we had started talking about, in addition to the 40 Days for Life, you know, in Juarez, we've seen this be an issue where you know, women are coming for medical support, and in the past even coming for abortions. And you were able to reach out to one such woman.
Which one are we referring to, Mark?
In Juarez, that we went to visit.
Oh, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that I mentioned did not get a refund.
Oh, okay, right. Coming from Juarez, yes.
Yes. Okay, so basically that was it. I mean, she came over seeking medical attention. She really wanted just some information. Then she came with she's raised or actually took that loan out to have that abortion. And I'm not sure if we're talking about the same client. It's hard when we're not using.
I know names. We're trying to keep the names anonymous, so I might have been thinking of two there. But this was the client we visited in Juarez, and one thing that I thought was amazing was just not too long ago, when she came across for a doctor's appointment and stopped by our office, she now has her little boy with her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're talking about the same client. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. I've been working with her since she was 3 months pregnant. And it's been awesome, because when the bridge is closed, she really felt that there was absolutely no way that she was going to get any more assistance from us. But we were fortunate enough to give the Guiding Star a call and let them know what her needs were. They equipped us, and we met her at the bridge, and we were doing this once a month, giving her diapers and baby formula, wipes. And when she did have medical appointments, she had to prove to the Border Patrol agents or the Customs, U.S. Customs, that she had a medical appointment, and that was the only way she could cross. However, she found it difficult because she didn't have a car. So then we were able to pick her up at the bridge, take her to her doctor's appointments, and then drop her back off, which really allowed us to kind of even grow in a deeper relationship with her. And we were able to see her little boy, who was saved from abortion, give his first steps here in our office. So that was pretty cool.
How amazing is that? So this little boy, who his mom was empowered to choose life, you know, thanks to you being there and helping her throughout the pregnancy, is now like 14 months old, over a year. And of all places, and our office comes and takes his very first steps there, that we were privileged to be a part of and see, which, I mean, that's just inconceivable. Like, how good is our
It is
God to
mind-blowing,
share that with
absolutely.
us? That's
And to
amazing.
be able to be a part of that is amazing. I mean, so I invite all of you who are thinking about making a donation, please do so. Your money goes such a long way. We are able to refund money to the women who are not given a refund. We're also able to help them with our Hero Fund, which is just an awesome opportunity to continue to empower women as they choose life and continue with their pregnancy. So I promise you, every single dollar you give is such a tremendous blessing to these women and their babies.
Absolutely. Well, Jessica, thank you so much. I won't take any more of your time.
Thank you.
All right, God bless. We'll talk to you soon.
God bless. Thank you.
Oops, sorry, I cut her off there by saying thank you. But real quick, just another update. We did have, just in the last few minutes, another donor come in and give an extra $200, which was matched dollar for dollar, doubled to $400, and counted towards the power hour, the 12 o'clock power hour, which there's still 30 minutes left. Again, we want to make sure that we take advantage of every, don't leave any of these generous matching opportunity that has been offered to us on the table. It's so generous of them to put forward that $10,000 matching grant. And we still have funds there. So again, another $200 of that just got matched. So definitely go to elpasogivingday.org, look up Southwest Coalition for Life, and help us bump up the sanctity of human life further up on the list from 5 to maybe 4, 3, 2. And I believe it could even be done. We'll see #1 issue across the borderlands. So that being said, we will be back at 4 o'clock p.m. during the next power hour to give you an update, see where we're at. And we'll see if we can bring on any more stories and guests for you at that time. All right. God bless you guys. And we'll see you at 4 o'clock. Thanks again for